can you
everything
cook?
else, he just got to hear.
So do you cook at home, Jim?
I do.
You do? You
Yeah.
fancy yourself a good cook?
I don't know. I'm all right. I've cooked pigs and everything else, so
Wow. And you think you're going?
no one's died yet.
And you think you're going to beat Paul, right?
I cannot say. I don't know what his techniques are. I have seen his hot dogs that he makes, and he does pretty good at those.
And what about you, Paul? Do you cook at home?
Yes, I do a mean toast. I really do, right?
So do you think you're going to beat your
It's not about
older
the
brother
competition.
today?
It's not about competing.
No.
It's just fixing up a good meal for you, right? That's what it's about. And presentation, 10 points already. Right?
By the way, I'm a Habs fan. When we come back, we're going to open up the basket of ingredients. Stay tuned to Scoff Off. Hi, welcome back to Scoff Off. Okay, guys, before we open the basket, I'm going to let you know the pots and pans are right over here to your right. If you don't see anything, ask me and I can tell you if we have it. Right here, you can have access to the pantry or anything in the fridge to enhance your basket of goods.
Okay.
Okay? You don't have to, but
It's a pantry.
this is, we're calling the pantry.
Okay, just to be sure.
Okay, so before we open the basket, we have 30 points in total. 10 points for taste, 10 points for presentation, and 10 points for the use of your basket ingredients. Okay, let's open the basket.
Oh, Lord.
Here we go.
Okay.
Oh,
Fat back.
that's good. I can use that.
Good. Dough.
Town dough or dough.
Tongue.
It's cod tongues.
Nice.
Yeah, and of course mustard pickles. All right.
Nice.
So gather your thoughts together. It's time to scoff off.
Oh, wicked.
All right, I'll take that out of your way.
Okay.
So,
Cartons.
so you both got voted in the election back in the spring. But of course, you're from the same family, you're brothers, and you ran for different parties.
Yes.
Well, that
I
one,
chose the right party.
that might have made an interesting supper dinner when you told your mom.
You keep talking, Jim. I'll just keep cooking.
Oh, this is a question for both of you, Paul.
I think.
Oh, sorry. I'm in the
I think
drill
mom
right
would
now.
have. I think mom would have been happy to have a stay out of it, but hey, that's it. We're suckers for punishment.
Right. So Paul, this is kind of. I know you've served in public service for 30 years plus, probably.
Yep.
But like to get in politics now, why? Why now?
Well, you know what? I never thought of it as getting in politics. I was volunteered a lot up in my community.
Yeah.
And people said you should be on council. So, fool that I was, I ran for council. And
Right.
I enjoy it.
Because you were involved in stuff, you were sports and coaching.
I did it all, and I still do it. I still enjoy it. And then I got on council. I ended up in deputy mayor's chair, and then people said, God, you'd be good in politics. I consider myself an elected official more than a politician.
Keep him talking.
Right. So anyway, I took that step, and here I am. Right.
He's doing good. Keep
Yeah.
That's another question.
So and
Thank you, Paul. 2 points to me. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm helping you out. It's all part of the deal, Jim.
Just
Mom might be watching this. We gotta,
That's right.
brotherly love.
the other two frying pans are non-stick as well. Just
No, it's good. I'm glad the fact that he's helping me out.
Brenda,
here, you
nothing
know.
sticks to him. I can tell you right now.
so Jim, you were a teacher,
I was for 32 years.
and what grade did you teach?
Taught everything from junior high up to high school.
Right. So that's a challenging career.
Yes, it was. And then I went in as president of the Teachers Association for 4 years with the Canadian Teachers Federation.
Right.
Along with a number of other groups. I
And
can
that's-
never have too much fat back, so I'm just putting
No,
that might be the only thing you'll be eating here. You understand that, right?
It's all right. I can go for that.
Jim, maybe I can use yours, look, because you're not going to use it all. Why waste it? Right?
Oh, you know what?
You're not using all of
That's
it.
not a bad idea, my friend.
Give me
'cause
what
you
you're not
might
using.
cut yourself, and I couldn't have that on my conscience.
Perfect. No, you cut it
Right?
too big.
So-
For sharing the fat back, well, it's brotherly love, right? You know, sharing stuff, and I don't want to be wasting items, right? So we had the 2 full packs of fat back. I knew we weren't going to use them both, and maybe it'd throw Jim off a bit too. You know, maybe it'd throw him off a bit.
Being
Too big,
head
Jim.
of an association like the Teachers Association, that's like politics too, right?
Oh, yes.
Well, it is though.
It is. It is.
So it was a good entryway into politics. But why politics this time of your life?
I think what I missed was one thing with teaching.
I think I got it.
and being
Thanks, buddy.
you know,
Thanks, buddy.
an
That's good.
LPA. I would say that I had the opportunity to be involved with things in helping teachers out, people out, the chance to influence decisions, and things along those lines. So it was, I don't think retirement lasted to me. I was on the Canadian Teachers Federation board for about a year after I finished up as president. And then, and then I got bored, I think. I don't know.
Retirement is not all it's cracked up to be, right?
Oh, no, I was keeping busy. I was with the Semantic Association and a few other groups as well. But, you know, it was a good, not that I had long-term ambitions. But the opportunity came along, and I said I might as well. You know, I figured I would try it. I enjoy. So far, the work has been is pretty. It's interesting. It's fascinating. Been in the district. I mean, a lot of people who would call in looking for resolutions to problems around housing, health, and so on and so forth.
Right.
So, you know, I'm enjoying it.
So, but back to you guys being brothers. Do you talk about politics at home? Did you both know you were going to run, or did it come as a surprise to each other?
No, the biggest thing at my house is my brother here trying to hog my grandchildren. You know,
They love me.
Yeah,
They
well,
love me.
he's a legend in his own mind.
You don't have any grandchildren, do you, Paul?
No.
No.
He's got mine.
I got 3 daughters. Yeah, 3 daughters, wonderful daughters, and yeah, I can borrow his grandchildren. It's perfect.
That's right.
Yeah.
Your time will come, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure it will.
It's funny how parents love being grandparents.
Oh, if I had known they were so much fun, I would have had them first.
You would have skipped, right? That's right. That don't work that way, huh? So your mom, you know, it was a good thing she lived in a different riding than you guys, hey?
Yeah.
Because how hard was it for her to pick sides?
Well, see, I know, you know, I kind of know where she would have went, but, you know, we won't talk about that with Jim in the room.
The firstborn usually is the most special. You know that, right?
The firstborn is always special. That's right, and very much so for my mother.
Brenda, define special. What do you mean by special? Right?
Flower, Brenda.
Over there, that red.
It's in well, luckily enough, I guess, for Mom, she wasn't in either one of our districts, but she was a bit nervous about both of us going into public life along those lines. And she said, you know, why? If she had her preference, she probably would have had neither one of us run. But once that decision was made, she was on board and just wanted to make sure that we both did well. And the one thing about it is that family is always going to be the most important factor in our relationship.
Oh my Lord,
Right,
where's he
there you
going
go.
with this? Oh, he's
got to make
I'm
a.
going to take another piece of this off him.
I told you could have had
You're
more.
not gonna
You know,
use it all. No,
I know you're not used to cutting things, but
We
like,
can't waste stuff.
So you're both in opposition, kind of like a joint opposition, really, when you think about it, because it's a minority government, right?
Yes, it's all about you don't have to get along. Well, if anything else we're good at in a family of 7, it's trying to negotiate and get along with each other. So that's the one experience we.
What is he talking about? When you said joint opposition, I thought you were talking about since they legalized cannabis, right?
Oh,
That's what you're talking about. He got somewhere else with this.
I tell you, see, that's just the NDP way about getting along. You can see where the Conservatives are in this way.
Yeah, but
right?
Jim, that's a
funny.
good thing, right?
That's
Okay,
funny.
so I'm going to ask you both the same question now. Putting your party affiliations aside, who do you think was the best premier so far in Newfoundland history?
Good question. I wouldn't know.
Right. You wouldn't know?
I don't think they've been elected yet.
Yeah, that's right.
I said in history.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't say in the future. That's a tough question. No one's
It
ever
is
asked you
tough.
that.
No.
And you know what? And it's interesting. I've worked under everyone except Smallwood and Moores.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know why
Oh,
I
yeah,
got
right,
burned up
'cause you were
here.
at that-
Interesting enough, I've been under everyone except Smallwood and Moores. And I guess they've all had their pros and cons and ups and downs. But if I was forced to pick one, I'd almost say Peckford.
Whether we've had one yet, that has expressed true vision. Joey Smallwood did have a vision. I don't think it helped the province much in many ways, but at least he had a vision for the province. So I'm still trying to figure out, determine an answer to that question.
So because you worked with advanced education.
Yes, I went in when
That department all of
Peckford.
your career?
Peckford. Yeah, it sort of changed a bit. I started off with the federal public service, right?
Right.
And moved into the province. So I was with the province almost 30 years.
It seems to me, as a lay person looking in from the outside, that every time they couldn't solve the problem in that department, they just changed the name.
Yeah, it's just confusion, right?
Yes.
You can't, confuse them.
You can't solve the problems. Let's just change the name.
Jim, this is a lovely fatback.
I
thank
think,
you, sir.
Paul, this is called interference right now.
No, I'm just watching what you're doing and I'm following along.
Oh, okay. Good to know that the older brother.
You know, when you grow up, you
it
sort
takes
of.
an older brother and the NDP to lead the way. You can see that, right?
It's like trial and error when you're growing up with an older brother. He's the error, and then I know what not to do, right? You move from there.
So as you showed earlier, you're wearing your colours by wearing your hockey jerseys.
Yeah.
And of course, I am a Habs fan. Although one year I did cheer for Boston when Michael Ryder was on the team, the year they won the cup. So like, has it always been like that in your house? What about the rest of your siblings? Are they hockey fans as well?
You know, yeah, I don't know. Paul,
Yeah,
John.
my brother Mike, who's passed away now, but he was a Chicago fan.
And Paul,
John is. But I want to point out.
John is what? A Habs fan, right?
Yeah. And I grew up when I was watching hockey. Had Bobby Orr and Phil Esposito and all those players playing. So and of course Bobby Orr's best player ever. So I just want to point out to you right now at this point in time. See how he's dirtying more plates, and he's just not utilizing the.
But you do know you're using non-reused.
That's right. I like the.
Oh no,
technique.
this is.
I like the technique of dredging, Paul. You know.
Oh, you dredge. Yeah,
you
you
can
dredge.
shake it all you like there now.
I get that a lot when I'm out to
So you
dance.
both are involved in sports, and I understand that.
What are you reading?
Fishing is a sport.
What?
Yeah, it is, and canoeing and everything else. But it's I like
the outdoors.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Exactly.
Right.
It's outdoors.
And Paul, I understand that you had a biking incident.
Oh Lord. Yeah, a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, Paradise Triathlon. They asked me.
The word triathlon, I'm all retired.
Yeah, they asked me to get into it. So I said the only thing I can do, being in the shape that I am, was to ride a bike. And I got on the mountain bike, rode in the race, and no lie, coming down the hill on the first lap, my daughter swam, her boyfriend ran.
10 minutes left, guys.
10 minutes.
Oh my God.
Crap. Holy
So
crap.
anyway,
Fast.
coming down the hill, I actually had a blowout, actual blowout. The tire busted and flew up around the rim, and anyway.
And so did you hurt yourself?
What? My pride, maybe, but that was it.
Right.
No, and lucky it was the back tire, and I didn't go flying head over kettle, is what they call it, right? So it was wonderful.
What would you think about a fixed link, or because I know Jim, you recently had troubles with getting back on Marine Atlantic.
Excuse me, sir.
It's a problem,
yes.
right?
Actually, I go up to the Pinware fishing, and I've often thought fixed link would be an excellent idea, just from the point of view of transportation. You could drive through. I think
for
it
food
would,
supply, if nothing else.
food
right?
supply, I think would make it when it comes to tourism, opening up the area. But it would certainly reliability. It certainly would be a key factor. No two ways about it.
What do you think, Paul?
I never heard you. I was concentrating.
I said.
But I did hear fixed link.
Yeah, but the troubles with Marine Atlantic and access to the province, of course, and safety and food supply.
I think long term, fixed link would certainly help us. We're really cut off. We're supposed to have this Trans-Canada access, and the highway really ends it on the other side,
Well,
right?
when we got rid of the railway, which I'm not quite sure exactly why we did that, but
Well, the railway, I actually rode the railway there the weekend up to the cabin, and it's really unfortunate when we don't have a railway. I really can't imagine. Our father worked with the railway.
Yeah.
right.
For
Did
40
he work
yeah.
with the Reeds or with the CN?
CN.
Yeah.
Yeah, he, so I mean, it was,
This house was built by the Reed family.
Oh, is that right?
At Turin, actually, yeah.
you got smoke alarms there? Just curious.
We can't turn the exhaust fan on because it's too
Are
annoying.
you getting my good side through the smoke? You know those wrestling shows where they all come out through the smoke? Yeah.
Right.
There we are, right?
The Rock. The Rock of the Rock.
Jim, you're keeping up with it.
I think it's called being ahead, Paul.
Huh? Where am I here?
People always have their fans up too high.
The fans.
The
Oh,
fans. So what about immigration? Because we know we have a shrinking population and an aging population. And of course, I know for myself, without immigration, restaurants would be hard to open because there's not enough qualified chefs and cooks in the country, let alone Newfoundland. So what kind of things can we do to improve the immigration policies?
I think I sat in on a meeting. They had happy cities about welcoming strangers. So everything welcoming newcomers to the city. So you're looking at language services. I taught at Holy Heart, where we had an immigrant and ESL population. Kids adapt very well. But you need, I guess, you look at community supports, transportation around the city, how to get around the city. Public transportation is an issue.
It's bad. It's really bad.
Housing, and housing that can accommodate the people we want to come in.
Affordable housing.
Oh, big time. But not only for those who are coming to the province,
But
but
that's
for
part
those
of it. But
already
we don't
here.
have enough, allocation in the provincial nominee program.
No.
And you know this from being in that department, right? You have 5 minutes left, guys.
Sounds good.
No problem.
I think you all need to turn your burners down a little bit.
You think?
Yeah.
Turn them down a bit?
Yep.
I like
You got
that.
them up on maximum, I think.
I like crisp. See, I'm not used to working with propane, although I like propane.
Not used to working.
No, Paul, that's...
Sorry. Did I say that?
Yeah. See, there is a...
I know who's a saucy guy.
Who's the saucier brother? Well, I'm extremely polite, as you know. You can see that now, right? I don't think we were raised don't be saucy, right? All the time. We heard that a lot.
It depends on the situation. We grew up in a family where basically with 7 of us, it would go around the circle as to who was going to get insulted next. So the thing we all learn is to keep our heads down for the most part. But yeah, he's probably a bit saucier too.
So you're both from St. John's, and you
Yeah,
still live in town.
county.
Of course, you just live in St. John's Centre, which you're the the MHA for. And you're in Topsail Paradise,
Yep.
right, Paul?
I
So
was,
you moved out around the bay, kind of.
Yeah, it's a lovely spot. I got to say, it's. I always say it's a rural area with all the urban amenities.
Yeah, I grew up in Torbay, so was from town originally, but grew up in Torbay.
Yeah.
Same thing. You had all the beach and the pond, the woods and all that, but the mall was only 20 minutes away. As a young girl, that's important. Oh, it smells great.
You got 3 burners going.
Half the battle line. It
You
smells
can have
great.
the other burner if you like. He's thinking.
I don't know what I'm at, but anyway, we're doing it.
You're making a little stir fry with your.
It's all
thing.
presentation, remember?
Presentation. Green onions. You know. We're going to take some of your mushrooms in.
Oh, they're not mine. Go away with it, yes.
Oh.
So if you could be the premier, not saying you want to be premier, if you could be premier, what would you be your concentration? That's for both of you.
Oh, for me, the main one, trying to drive the economy, because we got so many issues. But you can't drive the economy unless you got people working. That brings revenue in and taxes and gets more people staying and keeps your population here, and it's good for welcoming immigrants and that. So jobs is meaningful long-term jobs is a main issue for here, I think, right? And with that falls everything else in, right?
Mm-hmm. And what do you think, Tim?
Me? I think in many ways what we tend to go with is that we go for the big shiny solution. So we bring in Greek agriculture, we bring in cannabis growth, and I think in many ways when I look around this province, it's the small, we grow the economy from the base up.
Right.
It's the small, you go to the farmer's market and you got people there everywhere, small businesses. I think that's what's going to drive the economy in the long term, more stability. That and the environment. I think in many ways.
Don't forget your mustard pickles.
Oh, wait. I got it. You don't have to cook them.
No, if you could, I suppose, depends. Now, if if you were half-eared or something, you might cook them.
I think mustard pickles are traditional and they should be enjoyed as a side. They're not mixed in. I'm a purist in that way. So, mustard pickles are perfection in and of themselves. Why? You can't improve on it. Why add them to something else? Oh, yeah, well, in that case.
There, that goes on the sauce. There, done. Well, I thought most people, like my brother, they use it as a garnish, condiment on the side, right? And that's pretty easy to do. There's no real thinking or innovation to that, right? So, to run this province as an elected official, you got to be innovative. You got to think outside the box. You got to think of things that aren't normally done. So that's why I put it in and made a sauce out of it. Mustard pickles
I
are in
always
there.
put leeks in your basket. I'm glad you went for the leeks.
I like green onions.
What's in the basket?
That was the closest I could come.
No, I said I always put leeks in the basket, and it's like he read my mind with the leeks.
Oh, no. Okay.
I do like
Best
leeks.
thing.
It's really good. So, what about the rest of your family? Are they all younger than you? Well, they're younger than you because you're the oldest, right?
Yeah.
Thank you
like
for that.
Sorry.
You got that right.
The more mature.
The more mature. Right.
Anyway.
Are you close? Do you get together very often?
With Christmas and when we're having like Canada Day celebrations, things like that. Usually meet at Mom's and we grew up in the house together, so we're good.
Yeah.
We shared the bunkhouse because it was seven of us, 4 boys, 3 girls, and of course 2 bunk beds into one room, right?
Right.
Four
No, that's
boys,
the same with us. We had 6 of us in my family. Sometimes we were head to toe.
But
There's 1 minute left now, guys, so you do have to plate it as well. So,
Okay.
Yes. My
great.
God, I tell you.
no pressure.
Gordon Ramsay.
Just give me a countdown when we get to 30.
It's a long countdown. I'll give you 10 seconds.
Oh, Jim, I like what you've done there, man. You're following me.
What? Spoon's right there if you want.
Okay, I'm just laying out 1 plate, right?
Oh, yes, only for me.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. I can't wait to try it, actually.
Sweating. I was thinking about the beer that was in the fridge behind me, and I was really, craving a nice cold beverage at that point in time, right? It had nothing to do with the heat at all.
Who doesn't like cod tongues and toutons? Hey?
Oh, huh?
Geez, you can't beat it.
There is an ingredient here in the kitchen that does go really well.
I need molasses is what I need.
Yeah. Might be some molasses in the cupboard. You never know.
I'm gonna have a look.
Yeah, we got 10 seconds.
Pick the lovely little tongues that you scrunched in. There we go.
The countdown is on.
Golden brown. Look at that.
Jim, it's all presentation, remember?
Yes, I know,
Yeah.
Paul. I can tell you all about the presentation. It's all about all that.
Okay, we really now have
Now.
10 seconds.
Oh, we really do have 10 seconds. Okay.
10,
Oh, they-
9, 8, 7, 6,
Where is
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. That's okay. I can put
think
the
that's all
molasses
off.
on there. I'm going to turn this off, though.
Always a good idea.
Well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you, guys. When we come back, we're going to try the dishes and see who wins. Stay tuned to Scoff Off.
Good luck.
Welcome back to Scoff Off. Well, that was a lot of fun. A lot of brotherly love and competition in that one. It's clear that you do get along very well, so lovely to see. Okay, so Jim, we're going to start with yours. You got everything on there. You use all your ingredients. And so what were you thinking when you were making, what was your strategy?
I was thinking 20 minutes. I got ready to get...
But you cooked your scruncheons, which was really good, and you shared with your brother, which is
I did.
good
That's
for
right.
you.
It's what the oldest does in the family.
Collaboration.
Now he's stealing the NDP.
Yeah, I know.
word.
He's in the NDP word, but we lead the way.
It's hard to try it all, so I'm going to try my best now to give it all a whirl. You did get some molasses on your plate with the toutons, which is nice. And of course, the best part, scrunching, right?
Oh, I can never have enough scruncheons. Never.
Your cod tongues are done lovely. A little lighter color.
Yeah.
Personal preference, right? And I will say that the molasses is a condiment that people would normally add after. So,
Well, someone had to be thinking
Very
about it.
nice.
Paul. Thank
Very
you very
good.
much.
Now, what about you, Paul? Besides the 20 minutes, what were you thinking?
I wasn't really thinking. I just
But you did a nice little salad and you
Yeah,
put
you
your
like that, don't you? Yeah,
mustard
yeah. I don't know what it is, but you know.
It's kind of a garnish, but it's nice.
Yeah.
I'll get a little bit of your pickle.
It's all part of the presentation, right? You got to have color on the plate, right?
So you had your burners really high.
Yeah.
That's where all the smoke was coming from. Yeah, but that's like them, right? All smoke, no smoke.
We're politicians, smoke and mirrors first, right? Smoke and mirrors. Right?
You heard it here.
First, that's right.
Good, very good too. That's nice, and the mustard's nice in that salad.
See, I did know what I was doing. I did know what I was doing.
Here, I have a thank you apron for you guys.
Oh,
Thank
this
you
is
very
wonderful.
much for being
I
part
really
of the show.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Thank you very much. And today's winner is Jim Dinn.
Oh!
That's it for this episode of Scoff Off. We'll see you soon.
Congratulations, Paul.
This was a great family competition. Jim's use of ingredients and taste makes him today's winner.
I think I'll learn not to make predictions, although I've probably got more experience cooking than Paul.
I would say it's not about the winning. You know, it's not about the winning.
That's a first for you.
It's participating and doing your best. You know, and that's what I was trying to do. Although I did hold back a little bit because
what a load of malarkey.
I let him.
Competitive, A-type personality, not me.
A-type. At least I'm a type of personality.
Oh.
That's a good.
Focused on quality and convenience, there isn't much you won't find at Marie's Mini Mart. Home-style breads, sandwiches, plus a variety of artisan breads and delicious single-serve desserts available exclusively at our Frecker Drive location. Marie's Mini Mart, with 25 locations wherever you go, there we are.
Yellow Belly food means fresh food. We source our ingredients locally and prepare them from scratch. Our meat is never frozen. Food's so delicious, we've got good times cornered. Yellow Belly Brewery, a proud sponsor of One Chef, One Critic.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.